Great. So a few years ago, I graduated university, started working at a consulting firm in the city, and I felt very lucky. I landed the dream job working remotely. The problem was I was working remotely, and while at first I thought that was amazing, it turned out to have been the loneliest period of my life. And I didn't know what to do. So I went to coffee shops and co-working spaces and just tried hanging out with people who were there. But co-working spaces I felt were very, people were heads down in their headphones, not talking to anyone. And coffee shops are fine, but maybe they're kicking you out after 90 minutes, or uh, maybe, they're not environments built for social connections necessarily. Some unique places are, which is excellent, and I love those places. But I felt very lonely, and I thought maybe there's something I could do about it. So I started gathering small groups of people, let's say like 10, 12, 15 people, and we would meet up on the Upper West Side, a bunch of my friends. We would use the fourth floor of a synagogue, just to hang out, have donuts and co-work. Um, and I thought that was a nice thing. And I said, okay, well, if it worked with an underutilized space in the synagogue, it might also work in other venues too, other places. So then I started working with restaurants and then bars and eventually hotels. And fast forward 2.5 years, and now we have Tavern Community. I've got a great team, very grateful for all of you guys, Frank, Madeline. I know you introduced yourselves earlier, so I don't know if we're going to do that again now. Very grateful to have a team. We've got a full-time co-working space in Times Square. It's a beautiful venue. I'm here right now. Uh, so we're partnered with this hotel called Tempo by Hilton, Times Square. We're partnered with another beautiful restaurant in Union Square called Barloom. It's 3 floors, top tier restaurant, and very fortunate to have grown the network and community, and also network of spaces that we have. So with that, let me jump into why I think folks might want to join the Tavern community. What are some of the benefits of membership, etc. Okay. I see we've got the having bad luck with technology today. There we go. Great. Okay. Oh, here's some photos from the early days. This is a bunch of my friends in the fourth floor of the Jewish Center. This is the first restaurant that we ever worked with. This is actually the second floor. You could see it's a huge, huge space. And then here we've got this place is the Hudson Yards Tavern. It was our second venue that we hosted out of. So, very nice memories of the origins. What is the Tavern community? So I like to identify it as three things. The first is it's an IRL community. This is a place where you can go and people know each other. I like to use the phrase, it's where everybody knows your name and you can feel at home in a real life community. The second thing is it's a third space. And I don't know if folks are familiar with the terminology, but third space just means somewhere that's not your home and it's not the office. And it's become a big problem for people because if you're in the city, where are you supposed to go, right? So Tavern is creating a solution for third places where you can go that provide food and beverage without an obligation for you to buy every time necessary. And third and finally, Tavern is an event hosting platform, uh, like Luma or Eventbrite or whatever of your choice, right? But we're going for something much bigger, and we're also, it's integrated with both the community and the third spaces, and we're also looking to provide additional support for the community organizers, including access to venues, which is something that we hear a pain points for a lot of organizers. And we can get into that a bit more later. Over the last 2.5 years, we've hosted over 4,000 people at our events, including we did a 1,000 person party during Tech Week 2025. It was really cool. Um, it was the largest commercially available luxury yacht in the Northeast, and it was a great time. I think a couple people on this call were there too. We've hosted over 90 events with over 50 collaborators, and here you can see a few nice photos of people hanging out. This is from the yacht. Oh, both of these are from the yacht party, actually. This is the core team. Frank's the CTO, Madeline's the COO. They already said hello on this call, so we're gonna move ahead past that. Unless yeah. and maybe towards the end, I'll ask Frank and Madeline if you guys want to say a few words additionally. Why would someone join the Tavern Community Network? What are the benefits of membership? Well, the first thing, maybe it's fairly obvious, but I think it's critical to say. When I'm talking about Tavern Community, I am not trying to sell space. Uh, when I describe Tavern in one sentence, it's a membership-based social network with access to hybrid restaurant co-working spaces. So the main part, you are joining a community of people who want to see you succeed and who are invested in your success. Um, a couple months ago, I went to a session that was hosted out of a social club in New York, a pretty old social club, and I was brought on as a guest. Obviously, I'm not a member. You have to be doing like 10 million and above to get into the membership there. Um, and what I found was they had a session where each person we went one by one. Each person said, I'm looking to meet XYZ. And then the whole room said, okay, who do we know that we can introduce you to? And then people would raise their hands saying, I have someone to connect you with. That's how the wealthy get ahead. That's how the people with the connections get ahead. They don't do it by hoarding resources, but they do it as being part of a greater community who can help to uplift each other. And I want to bring that energy to everyone who's a part of the Tavern community as well. So first and foremost, it's a mindset, it's a community. It's an idea that collaboration beats competition, which is kind of ironic, but and it's a belief in positive sum, right? That we can accomplish more together than each person can independently. The second thing is you get access to our co-working spaces. So right now we have the place in Times Square. You can use this as a co-working space 9 to 5 throughout the week. And this is some of the highest value real estate in the world because it's in the heart of Times Square, beautiful location, Hilton, can't get better than that. And same thing with our second venue, beautiful location in Union Square. So these are beautiful, high value destinations that you have access to, and permission to be there for the entire day. Next, unlimited curated introductions and focus sessions. This actually, if you download the Tavern Community app right now, we just deployed this feature today. It's an AI deep matching feature. So this is courtesy of Frank Albanese, our CTO, esteemed CTO. He developed this algorithm. You put in what you're looking for, how you can help other people, and it's going to match you with people within the community. If you're a member, you get unlimited curated introductions. If you're a non-member, you're restricted to one. Members only events and priority access to other Tavern hosted events. Each month, Tavern is committing to doing at least one high value event for members only. So, for instance, on October 3rd, this is our next one, we're hosting an event for members of the Tavern community and founders of companies Series A and above. For context, if folks don't know on this call, founders of companies Series A and above have raised at least $2 million each. And last month we had 30 RSVPs from these kinds of founders. And so it's a great opportunity to meet people who can help you get ahead in your career. And but we're going for relational, not transactional. So there's no hard selling at these events, and you have to be in the game to make real relationships rather than trying to sell and make quick transactions. That is not what the community is about. Host one co-working event a month with Tavern. So this is one really cool feature. Might even skip ahead a slide or two. Let me talk about that in 2 minutes. You get 2 guest passes per month, and one really exciting feature is you get a $60 a month food and beverage credit to spend at our locations. So, and here are just some photos of what the venues look like. This is the Tempo by Hilton Times Square. It's where I am right now. This is our second venue. Really, these are top tier venues. Does not get better than these. Each month, Tavern gives you $60 in food and beverage credits that you can spend at these locations. So this refills every month, and this way it's already prepaid, right? You go to these venues, you don't have to spend any additional money if you don't want to. You already have a credit that you can spend at these locations. Which I think this is one of the coolest features of Tavern Community. It's also thanks to Frank's technical genius that we were able to pull it off. And just from the business perspective, it's really cool. This is how we get venues to work with us, and because you can only redeem this cash at Tavern community locations. So, please God, over time the network will grow beyond just two locations, and we hope to be everywhere pretty soon. So, let me pause for well, let's do one more. Let's do one more. Um, Members can host events. Let's say that you want to host an event in the city at a nice hotel or at a nice restaurant during the day for 7 hours. The chances are that's going to cost you a ton of money. Approximate range, anywhere between seven and $15,000, depending on where you go, what time of year it is, what day of the week it is, etc. So I put an estimate of around $10,000. But as a Tavern community member, you're using our contacts, our connections, our relationships with existing venues that are already partnered with us. So you get to host a mini conference at the cost of your membership. And we have a second info session where we can share more details about how exactly that works. But if you download the Tavern Community app and you play around, you can see how event hosting will work. And Frank, that might be a good thing to demo later on. Let me see. Yeah, so let me pause there for a second. I've already covered a lot of content. There's a bunch more to go, but let's see if folks have any questions so far and talk about it.
Ben, I had a quick question. So, what are the other than the Times Square one and great events, by the way, I've been part of your events and really enjoyed the networking. What
Thanks
are
so
the
much.
other what are the other locations you have currently?
So
Do you
this,
have any more in the future?
yes. So here we go. So our second venue is a place called Barloom. It's a beautiful three-story venue in Times Square. Excuse me, Union Square, near the Flatiron Building. You can see this is what the bar looks like. There's also some additional seating on the right-hand side. We have this entire back area to ourselves, reserved throughout the week. And there's also, this only shows 2 stories of the restaurant, but there's a third floor downstairs where we can do special events. We just had our launch party there for when we launched the location about maybe a week ago. Feels like a long time. And I think we can get around 100 in the space downstairs. So very spacious, lots of natural light, very comfortable, and the food is excellent.
And the plan is to have another space every month. So we've got one lined up for October on the Upper East Side. No promises because things can happen, but that's the plan. We've got one lined up for November downtown, and I think one for January
A big one in
around Herald Square.
January. Yes, a big one in January, but they haven't signed yet. So, but please God, it's coming soon. So,
And another one that we haven't signed a contract with yet, but that wants to join us.
so we
So
hope
yeah,
we hope to add
big.
to the network very quickly. So, okay, thank you for the question. Anyone else have a question at this point? And Madeline, thank you for jumping in there. That was a great addition. Okay, let's continue on. And if folks do have questions, let us know. Okay. What does the day look like with Tavern Community? So on the app, you check in, you reserve your spot for the day, you check in, you participate in a communal lunch, you hang out with people. That communal lunch that you're buying, you're paying for with money that has already been spent from your side. So there's no additional expense that you're incurring. You're hanging out with other people, other Tavern community members. We're launching a feature very soon where you can match with an accountability buddy to help you stay productive. You can connect with your curated introduction via the AI match and participate in a group mastermind where we talk about how we can elevate each other and how to solve problems that we're facing in either it's business or professional life. In terms of the culture that we're creating, so this slide actually comes from what folks have told me. So in terms of what the energy is that we're creating, these are comments that other people have mentioned to me. So the first is the most interesting. The vibe of a French coffee shop in the 1800s, plus AI deep matching in a tech community. I couldn't encapsulate what we're trying to build any better than that. We're creating an environment that's social, but also can help you advance in your professional life. and it's very forward in terms of technology and uh, and the community that we're creating. If we do our job right, every day will feel like an event. Actually, that's one of my quotes, so I guess that doesn't really count. But that's some folks have asked me, well, how often are there events happening in the community? The answer is you should be meeting people every single day. If we're doing our job right, which I believe we are. And also, as time goes on, the volume of events on the application will grow. And so there will be more and more events. Next is a community center, a church, a synagogue, a mosque, but not religious, because there's regularity. You see the same people over and over in a wonderful way. Uh, Getting involved, volunteer, build your own community. These are opportunities that members have. And then this is one of Frank and I talk a lot about core values that we have as business owners, is that we value progress, not perfection. And we don't need you to be a millionaire to be in the community. We just need you to want to meet people and will the good of your neighbor. The game plan is to grow fast. I think we're doing amazing things. We're growing. We're going to grow our membership base in New York City, co-host events with community organizers, and our members themselves are hosting events. Establish flagship venues in major New York City neighborhoods. Collaborate with other high-profile organizations. Host iconic events, and then expand to other major cities. One company that tried something similar before, although not as much on the community side, was called Spacious, and they were able to open up 45 locations within 3 years, and we're gonna try to beat that record. In terms of how much it costs, so I believe this is the greatest value co-working community on the market. Uh, a monthly membership is $129 a month, and first you get 60 of that back in the food and beverage credit, no matter which plan you're on. So that's like an immediate value add, plus access to the spaces, plus the network. So I believe in the value that we are providing. And I think it's extremely competitive. And then we also have team plans and discounts if you go for an annual plan or a 6-month plan. We've hosted a lot of events with a lot of different groups of people. Here's a sample, just some of the some that folks like to pay attention to, founders and investors. A lot of people in the community are startup founders. I think like 30% of the members are founders of startup companies. Family offices and VCs, we're trying to, and this is what Russ mentioned earlier, we're trying to connect our people to capital if we can. Obviously, I can't make any guarantees or promises, but what we can do is create an environment that allows for serendipity to occur. So if you make a $2 million seed rounds, great, that's what we want to do. So corporate executives, real estate, and whether it's professional or identity based, or affinity, whatever it is, if you want to create it, you can do it as a member. Some questions that we get asked pretty frequently. Do I need to buy something every day from a venue? No. As a member of the network, you don't have to buy things every day. You're welcome to grab lunch and drinks, and you can use your monthly food and beverage credit to buy when you want to, but you don't have to. Is outside food permitted? No. This is one important thing. You can't bring Cheetos, to the Tavern community locations because these are restaurants, bars, hotels. But we give the food and beverage credit so you can purchase food in the location. How do I apply to co-host an event? Actually, at this point, I would say download the app, right? Download the app and say you want to co-host an event, and we'll review the application and get talking. Frank, do you want to share a quick word about some of the updates that you're deploying, what people can expect, and what you're excited about?
Yes, yes, definitely. Let me here, I'll try to share my screen for a second here. If I just sent a request, Ben.
Approved.
Yep, awesome. Let me just yep, here we go. Um okay, let me know if you can see the app here.
Yeah, we can see. You want to make that full screen?
Yes, yes. Let me there we go. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So a couple big new features. This is for just FYI to the community. And this is in the current version. So if you go to the App Store right now and download, you'll be able to enjoy these features. One big one is our AI deep match feature, which basically we ask two questions. What are you looking for? And what do you have to offer? These are questions that are commonly asked in the mastermind sessions that we've attended. that are amazing in person. If you've ever been to a mastermind session, basically it's a round table of all of the participants, and you go around the room and say, "I'm looking for this." And then someone raises their hand and says, "Oh, I can help you with that." And then you say, "I have this to offer. Does anyone need my help?" So it's very reciprocal. It builds strong bonds in the community. But we'd like to bring that the essence of that activity to a digital um, feature set here. So once you fill out these questions, we have some algos running that will look to proactively match you with potential um, what we call deep matches. And then this results in a situation where you have requests for coffee chats. So you can read their profile, and let's say, we'll give you a Y for this match. I did already send a request to Marcus, and Marcus accepted. But once accepted, you basically hop into a little chat here, and then you can take it from there with your match. And the whole idea of this is we want to try to provide fertile soil for you, for all of you to plant seeds that hopefully turn into meaningful relationships, whether these be friends or coworkers, etc., as Ben mentioned earlier. So this is all for you to, hopefully just grow your network, and for us to help proactively do that, because it can be difficult. And we've heard feedback from some members that, at a certain stage in life, it's actually kind of hard to find new friends sometimes, or to find, coworkers outside of your immediate workplace. So that is the goal of this feature. And this will be for the whole digital community online. So not just where you are physically, but it could be beyond your immediate borders. Also, as mentioned earlier, we have this club feature we're launching where we're going to be adding new communities. And these are spearheaded by amazing community organizers in New York City to start. But anyone can become a leader of their own club. And then you can communicate, for instance, with your members. So you can add a little about here, a gallery. You can add events to meet up with your members. And then we have this threads feature where you can start to chat back and forth with your members and just build that online community, while you're not meeting in person. And then you have these events coming up where you can start to organize in person way more easily. So look forward for that.
Frank, that was
And then
great.
we have,
Oh, go ahead.
yes,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
And again, the idea is this is just a fabric for all of you to celebrate with your own community. So, we just want to provide the infrastructure, and then you can run with it as you will. So if you have an idea for a community, or you want to be a host, you can come into the app now and you can fill out this form. We will review this submission, and once approved, you'll show up in the global directory for all Tavern users. This is both paid and unpaid. So the membership comes with particular perks, as Ben mentioned, but even if you're not a member, you will still be able to view these events. And this is also a pathway to sell tickets to non-members. So if you'd like to earn some revenue from your events, as Ben mentioned, we can set up the scaffolding to make that much easier for you. Also, if you are a space, so if you have a physical space that you'd like registered on the Tavern Network, and then you'd like to, take part in this in the benefits of having underutilized space, basically utilize, at least have the Tavern community know about your space and pop in, within the guardrails of the capacity that you set within the app, then you can register your space here. We will review this, as mentioned, and once approved, it will be in the global directory of spaces for all the members to enjoy. And then one more is events. So you'll be able to host your own events. And once you fill out this form here, again, we're going to review. But once approved, this will be in the directory for all global Tavern members. So you can get a wider audience for your event series.
Frank, that was great. Thank you.
Yeah,
So just to zoom out a little bit, like zoom out 10,000 feet,
for sure.
why would, and Frank, would you mind ending screen share?
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you. Last year I was on or excuse me, actually this was 3 years ago at this point. I was on a call that was run by meetup.com. and meetup.com had 1,100 community organizers on there. And the number one complaint is like, how do I monetize my events? I'm spending $1,000, $2,000, $10,000 a year on my community. So Tavern Community, for the community organizers out there, we are solving that problem. We're providing venues, we're making it easy to attract Tavern members to your events. And so that, I think this is a really cool feature that we're only now deploying, and we're excited to see to bring it up to date with all the amazing community members that we have. And now just folks, if what we're talking about resonates with you, if you hear the mission that we are trying to build community and that we are building community and that we'd like you to be a part of it, download the app and join the membership. And we're excited to have you along for the journey. Also, if you join right now, we'll guarantee you a founding member status with grandfathered pricing for 5 years. So, and as long as you remain a member for 6 months, you get to say you're a founding member. And please God, over time, that founding membership will have, please God, will have some status. So, I'll stop there. I think that's the end of the formal presentation. Hopefully, I covered a lot of different aspects of what Tavern Community is building. And now I want to open up the floor again for any questions that folks might have.
One thing, if you already had the app before today, to get the updates, make sure you go back into the App Store and click Update. That's all.
This is a really good deal, Ben. Very good value proposition.
Thank you
I,
so much. Thank you
I'm
so much.
happy to see the whole business model. This is great.
I'm so glad. And yeah, I believe in this product and service 100%. And I'm very grateful to Madeline and Frank for for giving it their all as well. And very grateful to our early members for participating, and we hope to have you as one of them. Okay. Oh, let's see. Thanks so much for joining. I hope you had a good time in the session, that we answered any questions. So, if you want to get started with the Tavern community and you're interested in joining, tomorrow we have a communal lunch, and I'd like to invite each of you there and to get to know the community a little bit better. If you would like to join, I'm gonna type my phone number in the chat. Okay, everyone.
Thank you so much, Ben. Even though I'm a member, it was super informative because of the new features that you presented. So I love it, man. Thank you.
Thanks, Russ. All right, everyone. Have a good night. Thanks again for joining.
Good night. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.